We learn it very early. Society sends a clear message: hide your true feelings, don't show your weakness, be strong, always be strong, don't cry, never let them see. This lesson is taught everywhere. It echoes in our homes, in our schools, and in the stories we hear. This pressure to appear perfect is immense. We fear being judged by others. What will people think of us if they see our imperfections? This fear becomes a heavy burden, a weight we carry constantly. It shapes how we live. It tells us to hide. Always hide our true selves. It is a lonely way to live. So we start building walls. Brick by emotional brick, we build them high and strong, to protect ourselves from hurt. The idea of perfection is a myth. It is a dangerous illusion. Nobody on this earth is flawless. We all have our struggles, we all have our imperfections. These are part of being human. To deny them is to deny ourselves. It is an impossible standard, a goal we can never reach, and it causes great pain. Chasing this impossible dream of perfection often leads us straight to shame, and a constant nagging fear, the fear of not being good enough. This chase does not bring us joy. It pushes true connection further away. Perfectionism is a shield. It keeps us from being seen. It keeps us from real relationships. It is a barrier, not a bridge. Real, genuine human connection comes from a place of authenticity. It grows when we show our real selves, our true, imperfect, messy selves, flaws and vulnerabilities included. My own research surprised me greatly. I set out to study connection. What makes us feel connected? What gets in the way? And I found vulnerability. Everywhere. It was at the very core of all meaningful human experiences. It was the birthplace of joy, of creativity, of belonging, of love. It was essential. I learned that vulnerability is not weakness. This is a common misunderstanding. In fact, it is our greatest measure of true courage and strength. Vulnerability is about emotional risk. It is about exposure to others. It is stepping into uncertainty without knowing the outcome. It is being open to feeling. This takes incredible bravery. Being vulnerable means showing up. It means allowing ourselves to be seen, truly seen without our armor, even when we cannot control what others will think or do. Section 4. Vulnerability in action, stories from life's arenas. Think about a CEO in a company. Imagine this leader admitting a mistake or asking their team for help. This is not a sign of weakness. Instead, it builds enormous trust. It shows their humanity. It makes them relatable. It signals safety to everyone. People respect this honesty. It fosters a better workplace. When employees see this vulnerability, they start to feel safer too. They become more willing to speak up, to offer their own ideas, to take necessary, calculated risks. The entire company grows stronger. Innovation begins to thrive because people are not afraid to try new things or to admit when they need support. Now let's consider parenting. It is one of life's most challenging roles. When we, as parents, share our struggles, not trying to project an image of perfection, our children learn a valuable lesson. Section 5. Navigating the edge: healthy vulnerability versus emotional spills. Vulnerability is powerful, but it needs boundaries. It is very important to understand this. It is not about oversharing everything, not just dumping all our emotions on everyone we meet all the time. That is not healthy vulnerability. That can be overwhelming for others, and it may not build connection. It can sometimes push people away. Discernment is absolutely key here. Healthy vulnerability involves sharing our true selves, our feelings, but with people who have earned the right to hear our stories, to see our hearts. People who offer trust and support, people who have shown they care. It is a reciprocal process built on mutual respect and care. We must choose wisely with whom we share our most tender parts. Oversharing, on the other hand, can be a defense. It might seem like vulnerability, but it can be a way to keep people at bay, or a way to seek validation without true, mutual connection. It often lacks discernment and boundaries. It does not consider the other person or the context of the relationship. Section 6. The courageous workplace, where vulnerability sparks innovation. In many workplaces, fear often rules. There is fear of making mistakes, fear of looking foolish or incompetent, fear of speaking up with new ideas. This pervasive fear stifles growth. It kills creativity and engagement. People play it safe. They conform. They do not bring their whole selves to their work. Potential is lost. This is a common, sad reality. However, when leaders choose to model vulnerability, it can change everything in the culture. It creates a sense of psychological safety. People start to feel truly valued not just for their successes, but as human beings with flaws. They feel they can be themselves without fear of harsh judgment. This is a fundamental shift, a powerful, positive transformation. Teams become significantly more creative. They feel empowered to share new ideas, even those that seem unconventional. They become willing to experiment, to try new approaches, even if those attempts might fail. Failure is seen as learning, not as something to be hidden. Section 7. Embracing the whole self vulnerability as our greatest strength. Vulnerability is not a one-time act. It is a daily ongoing practice. It is a conscious choice we make in countless moments every single day. A choice to be open and authentic. A choice to be truly real with ourselves and with others. It requires ongoing courage and a commitment to showing up, even when it feels uncomfortable. It is not always an easy path. Being vulnerable can feel scary, it can feel risky and uncertain. But the rewards are truly immense. Deeper, more meaningful connections. More joy, more gratitude, more love, a greater sense of belonging, and a more resilient spirit. These are the gifts of vulnerability. They make life richer, fuller. Embracing our vulnerability means something profound. It means embracing our whole selves, the good parts, the messy parts, the strengths and the struggles. This is the heart of self-acceptance. This is how we become truly whole. It is about owning our story, all of it, without shame.